Hi everybody, Avana Intuitive here with our weekly energy reading for the week of June 12th, 2025. And of course, we have our 3-card pick. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone that this is for entertainment purposes only. I was going to say this is for energy purposes only, but it is for entertainment purposes only. So please keep that in mind. And also, if you could please just go on to my, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. That would be appreciated. Always, sometimes subscribers drop off. Please, if you are already subscribed, if you could just double check to make sure you're still subscribed, of course, that would be greatly appreciated. This week, having had a full moon, and we're really right in that energy, I decided to, let's go through the cards. For the main cards, I'm going to use this Intuitive Whispers Oracle by Maude Hirst. I'm going to do a clarifying card with a new deck that I just got, the Spiritual Meaning of Birds Oracle deck, and this is by Arin Murphy-Hiscock. This is a new deck that has just come out, and we'll see how we do with that. That's kind of doing a clarifying card. Because of the full moon, I am going to use for the 3-card pick, yes, the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin, Boland. So, without further ado, let me get these Intuitive Whispers Oracle cards, getting these shuffled, and let's see what what kind of message we can get here for this weekly energy reading. See what we can find. Let's see if we can get any insights for this week coming up, anything that might resonate with us. I just love these weekly energy readings. I think everyone can tell that because we've been doing these now for a while. And I really just love the messages that come through. They really, for some reason, they just kind of go deeper, and I always find it, I had a bunch of cards fall out. I always find it amazing how the cards and the message always just seem to line up. I usually get cards that, sometimes the cards really don't look like the meanings are going to line up, and then they just do, like they all, even at the end, even if all the loose ends sometimes there's loose ends and they just kind of just tie right up at the end. But it's just amazing. Like I say, I love the weekly energy readings. Oh, that card I love that. That card just flew out. So we're going to keep that card. Okay, so that's enough shuffling. Here we go. That's just one card. Oh, I love that. Okay, now we're going to shuffle these. This is the Spiritual Meaning of Birds Oracle deck. We're going to shuffle this for a clarifying card. As you know, we're going to just take a quick look at these cards, then we'll do a deeper dive. So here we go. That's Peek, my cat. She's coming in. She's gonna let everybody know whenever I come into this room to do these readings, she's either in here sleeping, or she likes to come in and lay down. There's actually a bed. One of her many beds is under this table, with, of course, it's a beautiful cat bed that she can lay down on and have a nap. So she likes to announce her nap time. Here she is walking around. So anyway, I'm going to do just a few more shuffles. And here we go. We're going to pick this top card. Nice. Okay, so here's the cards that I got. The first card, 7. That's Peek. All right, take your nap. First, I got 7, Wisdom of the Solar Plexus. 16, Release Old Patterns. 13, Become Your Own Priority. And then for the clarifying card, Bluebird, Happiness, Peace, and Hope. So let's jump right into this, and we are going to get number 7. See what the card says for 7, Wisdom of the Solar Plexus. Here we go. I love that artwork. Beautiful. Deep at your very core lies a great wisdom, your gut instinct. This area is the body's second brain, the more intuitively wise brain. It is the place to connect to when you are making life decisions, the area you should learn to trust above all else. If you've been feeling anxious lately, it is likely you have disconnected from your solar plexus, the area below your rib cage and above your belly button. Anxiety is a feeling of uncertainty, and the wisdom of your solar plexus brings back an inner knowing. By choosing this card, you are reminded to trust your gut instinct to help you find answers to whatever you're struggling with. Is there a voice you've been listening to that is louder than your own? Now is your chance to shut out external voices and develop a stronger internal one. Yeah, really, really love that message, especially with everything that's going on, not only in the world, but also in just in my particular world, and maybe in yours too. Then we have 16, releasing old patterns. Did you know that around 90% of your thoughts are the same from day to day? Let that extraordinary figure sink in. If you are repeating your thoughts over and over again, it's easy to get stuck in the past. This new knowledge opens up the opportunity to rewrite your repetitive thought patterns, which will free you from your past and bring about fresh perspectives and possibilities. What old unconscious thought patterns are holding you back from stepping into your power? The key is to become aware of your repetitive thoughts so that you have the choice to release them. And then 13, become your own priority. Put yourself first. It is not selfish to prioritize yourself, and in fact, it is self-care. It does not mean you won't prioritize others, but it does mean that you are setting time aside to fill up your own cup and replenish your own energy so that you have more to give. Take yourself on a solo date somewhere that lifts your soul. Get a massage to unwind, go to an art gallery to get inspired, or go for a long walk in nature to reconnect. Yet let yourself switch off from all responsibilities and just receive. We often expect others to fill up our cup, but the truth is, if you're not prioritizing yourself, no one else can. We are only loved by others to the same depth that we can love ourselves. Learn to spend quality time with yourself and love what you discover so you can allow that same love in from others. By prioritizing yourself, you are giving permission to others to do the same. The healthiest relationships belong to those who prioritize themselves and then come together to elevate each other. Turn your focus inward and prioritize your needs. Do we even need to really delve any further into this? The message, again, is really coming through, so to me, so loud and clear, but we're going to keep going here. We are going to take a look at all this. And so now, for our clarifying card, we have the bluebird, happiness, peace, and hope. Card meaning: the bluebird speaks to you of inner calm, peace, balance, harmony, and a genuine love of self. Blue is a tranquil color, and its various associations suggest a balance between happiness and sadness, or an understanding that there must be a balance of both in life. If you actively look for happiness, you may not find it. Happiness is a result, not a goal. Don't look for something specific, but be open to it. However, it may come. Think of the bluebird as inspiration or the opportunity to recognize happiness and welcome it. Joy is either imminent or already present. You have but to be open to it. That's it, right? So I love this: happiness, peace, and hope. So going back over these cards, I love this wisdom of the solar plexus. We're talking about like our gut instinct, our gut feeling, having this inside feeling of things. I don't know. I'm going to use this word only because I know some people, I've heard that some people are adverse to it, but it kind of helps me. I've heard people say, it's my gut feeling. And I heard somebody say it once, I think of my gut feeling as my God feeling. And I thought that is such a wonderful way to say that, because I know some people don't maybe use the word God. It's source, it's universe, however you want to use it. It's my God feeling. When I'm getting that gut feeling, for me, it's easy for me to kind of switch over and like, if I'm getting a gut feeling, that's my God feeling. That's like source. That's like the universe. That's my higher self, however you want to say it, is telling me something, right? This means it's the wisdom of the solar plexus. It's the wisdom of my inner self. It's my higher self. It's that universal source self telling me something that I need to be listening to. It is, when they mentioned this, when Maude Hirst in this Intuitive Whispers Oracle Guidebook mentions, it's like that, the second brain that we have, like the higher self brain that we have inside. We have our brain, we have our heart, right? Our heart has its own mind, really, or its own thought process. And then we have this solar plexus, listening to this gut feeling, so very important. And then releasing old patterns, listening to ourselves, our inner self, releasing those old belief systems that we no longer need. Can we hear that? When something upsets us or brings in that emotion, the emotions are caused, our emotions are really caused by our belief systems. If I don't have an emotion about something, I don't have a belief system about it. If I'm walking down the street and someone runs up to me and says, I'm never going to call you again, I'm like, okay, you don't have to call me. You don't ever have to call me again. That's fine. I have no emotion on it because I have no belief system about that person. I don't know them, so I don't believe anything about them. If I don't know the meaning of a word and someone says, do you know the meaning of this or that word? If I don't know what the word means, I'm like, no, I don't know what it means. Once I know the meaning, now I can put a belief system around. Do I like that word? Do I not like that word? Same thing with the person. Once I know that person, do I like that person? Do I like their political viewpoint? Do I like who they like? Do I like the songs they like? I mean, now I can start to put a meaning around it. When I put that meaning around it, when I understand who they are or what that word means, whatever, then I have a belief system that I can wrap around it. Now I get emotional about it. With this, releasing old patterns, right? My belief system, right? When I listen, can I release, sorry, that's Peek Peek. She's getting ready for her nap. Can I release the emotions, the belief systems? Can I release some old patterns, right? Can I let go of some old emotions, some old beliefs? Can I adjust them? Maybe I can't release them, but maybe I can adjust them. Maybe I can see things from a different viewpoint and move forward in a little bit maybe more enlightened way. And then, I love this, becoming my own priority. What do I want? What direction do I want to go? What are my priorities? It's self-care. Absolutely. It's going to the spa. It's getting, the massage. It's taking care of myself. Absolutely. That is definitely becoming my own priority. But it's also, who am I? What do I prioritize in my life? Who is important to me? What is important to me? What direction do I want to move in? And what do I hear? If I'm not really a vibration of something, I don't see it, I don't hear it. Do I want to start to see and hear things? What do I want to learn about? Becoming my own priority, what do I want to move forward in? What do I want to learn about? Who do I want to learn about? What do I want to emulate or move forward with? What do I want people to, when they see me, what do I want them to think about me? Not that I want people to think a certain way about me. I want to do my own path. But what do I want to do, right? Becoming my own priority. What excites me? I guess that's the best way to put it. What excites me as I move forward? And I love this because what excites me, but what excites me without me worrying about like the end result. What excites me? Whether I'm a success or a failure, which I'm going to put that in quotes, because there's really no failures, right? You can't get it wrong and it never ends. You're either going to learn that, yeah, I want to stay on this path a little bit more, or you know what, it didn't work out for me. And I learned, didn't fail, but I learned what I don't want. I don't want to ever do that again. Don't ever want to have that experience again. Don't want to ever be that type of person again. But you know what? But I learned that. So that's really good. So now I can move forward, get to know myself, my consciousness a little bit more of who I am and what I value moving forward. Because every step is just a step closer to getting closer, really, to love. That's the bottom line. So, and which, of course, brings me now to this blue bird of happiness, of happiness, peace, and hope, right? Getting to know ourselves, having this beautiful energetic message this week, this energy message of listening to our gut, listening to our heart, listening to our minds. We're trying to release old patterns, old belief systems, if we can, if we're ready. And you know what? That's okay if we're not. And it's okay if we say, you know what, I'm going to take a break, or I'm just going to, and just going with the flow and letting things flow too. I think too, sometimes I get wrapped up in just maybe trying to like really work on this and do this and really just going with the flow is probably the easiest, best way to do a lot of this stuff anyway. I'm finding the more like I trust myself to move forward and just do it at my own pace and not worry about what anybody else is doing, almost like the faster I go. Not always, but it is what it is. But I love it because the end result of all of it is really just, I love this bluebird of happiness. And that's what we're really down here to do anyway. Have fun, get to know each other, help each other, just do what we can to make each other's burden a little bit lighter as we move through this world and this life, and learn about, just becoming one with each other as much as we can. All right, my friends, that's the energy message for this week, which I think is just awesome. And now I am shuffling these Moonology Oracle cards for our 3-card pick. One shot out, but I'm not using it because I'm going to throw that back in the deck. So let's see what we have for a 3-card pick for the Moonology card. So think about, if whatever, if you want to message maybe from your guides or you have a question in mind. So we'll see what we get here. I'm going to shuffle these cards a few times. So this is for our 3-card pick. All right, I'm going to pick 3 cards. Here we go. I love that card. I love all the cards. So here we go. Don't even know what they are myself. So card 1, card 2, card 3. Think about which card resonates with you, 1, 2, or 3. If you picked card 1, full moon in Sagittarius, look at the bigger picture. I love that. Step out. Look at that, macro picture versus the micro picture. You might need to look at that macro picture, right? Looking at the bigger picture. And that is that full moon in Sagittarius. If you picked card 2, it says waxing moon, and it says the energy is gaining momentum. Card 2, the energy is gaining momentum. And if you picked card 3, full moon in Scorpio, it's time to release negativity. Yep, it might be time to release negativity if you got card 3 here. If you picked card 3, full moon in Scorpio. All right, my friends, that's our energy reading for the week. Of course, I will see you tomorrow for our weekend energy reading with a 3-card pick. Don't forget, on Mondays, it's my 3-card pick a card, quick pick a cards. Tuesdays are my Super Duper Girl, shorts. I couldn't remember the word. Wednesdays are my astrology tarot card readings. Thursdays, here we are, my weekly energy readings. And tomorrow are, again, my weekend energy readings. All right, my friends, I will see you tomorrow. And until then, namaste.